Justin Trudeau and the Canadian government are turning more tyrannical, folks. The cold way up there in the Great White North must be freezing their minds. The nonviolent Freedom Convoy, the truckers, and other protesters fed up with Ottawa's excessive COVID mandates have now become Canada's public enemy number one. Court orders and an unconstitutional decree by Trudeau, the taking of powers that only really belong to the Canadian Parliament, have dampened the protests for now. But this crackdown may backfire and actually create more public support for the truckers. They are laborers, by the way, that we depend upon to deliver goods to market and keep our supply chains moving. Yeah, those guys. They were once cheered as heroes at the height of the pandemic. Now suddenly the Canadian government considers them to be criminals. How quickly the tide turns when people actually stand up to autocratic orders. One of the most egregious actions came this week when a Canadian court froze $9.5 million in Freedom Convoy assets raised through Give, Send, Go. That's a Christian-owned crowdfunding platform used by the truckers. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but it seems to me a Canadian court has no legal right to block the assets of an American company operating in the USA. Give, Send, Go seems like David going up against Goliath here. Company co-founder Heather Wilson told Faithwire her organization will fight the Canadian government in court.
Freedom, both spiritually and physically, came at such a high price that we're not going to trample on it and say it doesn't matter. It does matter. And this is probably going to be the fight of my life, and I feel so humbled that God would use me and my brother and my family and our employees to take on this battle because we feel so adequate. But then you read the Bible, and every single story you read where something miraculous happened, guess what? That person felt inadequate, that I can't do this. And God said, yeah, I don't want you to do it. I'm going to do it.
You can watch that full interview on our Faithwire page on Facebook. And bravo, Heather Wilson. I agree with you. Keep advocating for liberty. Our rights and freedoms do come from God, not government. Yes, He gave them to us in the Garden of Eden, long before the Justin Trudeau government. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane. Be sure to follow us on the CBN News and NRB channels, social media, and our broadcast affiliates. And until next time, be blessed.